Imagine this. A young high school student spends a night out partying on Halloween, only to wake up to a nightmare that would steal nearly a decade of his life. Accused of a brutal murder he insists he didn't commit, based largely on statements from a friend whose memories of that night were fragmented, inconsistent, and heavily influenced by alcohol, drugs, and later police questioning. But what if the real killer is still out there? Stick around as we dive into the chilling case of Ryan Ferguson, a story of alleged police misconduct, recanted testimonies, and a fight for justice that exposes the flaws in our system. By the end of this video, you'll understand how an unsolved murder turned into a wrongful conviction, and why this cold case still haunts Columbia, Missouri. Welcome back to the True Crime Report Cold Cases, where we uncover the forgotten files, the lingering questions, and the truths that time couldn't bury. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into America's most perplexing unsolved mysteries. Today we're examining the 2001 murder of Kent Heitholt and the controversial conviction of Ryan Ferguson. At the heart of this story is a central question. How did a blackout-drunk teenager's foggy dreams lead to the imprisonment of an innocent man, and why does the real perpetrator remain at large? Let's start at the scene of the crime. It was the early hours of November 1, 2001, in the parking lot of the Columbia Daily Tribune in Columbia, Missouri. Kent Heitholt, a 48-year-old sports editor for the newspaper, had just finished his shift. According to coworker Michael Boyd, he had a brief work-related conversation with Heitholt in the lot between approximately 2:12 and 2:20 a.m. Minutes later, tragedy struck. Heitholt was found severely beaten with a blunt object and strangled to death. The attack was discovered when janitor Shauna Ornt stepped outside for a smoke break and spotted two shadowy figures near Heitholt's car. She rushed back inside to alert her supervisor, Jerry Trump. Together, they saw two figures near the scene whom they later described as appearing young. One of them reportedly yelled, "Someone's hurt out here, man," before both fled through a nearby alley. The janitors alerted others and 911 was called at 2:26 a.m. Police arrived to a gruesome scene. Unidentified fingerprints on and inside Heitholt's car, an unidentified hair clutched in his hand, and footprints in the blood. Ornt provided a description that led to a composite sketch, but Trump claimed he couldn't see the men clearly. Despite these leads, the case went cold for 2 years. No arrests, no solid suspects. Meanwhile, on that same Halloween night, 17-year-old high school junior Ryan Ferguson and his classmate Charles Erickson were out celebrating. They attended parties in the area before heading to a bar called By George, where a bouncer let them in despite being underage. Ferguson's sister met them there and bought them a few drinks after they'd run out of money. According to reports, Erickson was heavily intoxicated on alcohol and cocaine that night, leading to a complete blackout. He later testified he had no memory of the evening's events. Fast forward to October 2003. Local media revisited the unsolved murder, stirring up public interest. Erickson, who had reportedly experienced disturbing dreams about the crime after seeing a newspaper article, began questioning his own involvement. He confided in Ferguson, asking if he thought Erickson could have been part of it. Ferguson dismissed the idea, reassuring him it was impossible. But Erickson's doubts grew, especially after seeing a composite sketch related to the case that he later said resembled him. He shared his concerns with a friend, Nick Gilpin, who told another friend, John Alder. Alder then tipped off the police, leading to Erickson's interrogation in March 2004. This is where the story takes a troubling turn. During the recorded police questioning, Erickson appeared confused and admitted his memories were foggy. He guessed incorrectly about details like the murder weapon, first suggesting a shirt, then a bungee cord, before investigators corrected him and introduced details consistent with the crime scene, including that the victim's belt had been used. Erickson even stated, "I could be sitting here fabricating all of it," and later, "I don't remember that at all." Despite this uncertainty, after persistent questioning, he confessed to robbing and killing Heitholt with Ferguson, allegedly for money to buy more drinks. Both men were arrested and charged with the murder. But here's a key point. None of the physical evidence from the scene, hair, blood, fingerprints, or footprints, was ever linked to Ferguson or Erickson. No traces of the victim's blood were found in Ferguson's vehicle either. The trial in 2005 hinged largely on testimonies. Erickson offered a plea deal for a reduced sentence, took the stand and provided a detailed account of the crime, claiming Ferguson strangled Heitholt. Jerry Trump also testified, alleging that while in jail on unrelated charges, his wife sent him a newspaper article with photos of Erickson and Ferguson, which he immediately recognized as the men from the scene. Based on this, Ferguson was convicted of second-degree murder and robbery, sentenced to 40 years in prison. Erickson received 25 years in exchange for his testimony. But doubts lingered and advocacy groups rallied around Ferguson's claims of innocence. In 2009, prominent attorney Kathleen Zellner took his case pro bono. By 2012, both Erickson and Trump recanted their testimonies. In a habeas corpus hearing, Erickson claimed he had lied under pressure from prosecutor Kevin Crane, insisting his blackout from drugs and alcohol meant he had no real memory of the night, a condition known as anterograde amnesia. Trump admitted his story about the newspaper from his wife was false, alleging Crane had shown him photos and suggested it would be helpful to identify Ferguson. Additionally, Shauna Ornt testified that she had told Crane the man she saw wasn't Ferguson, but claimed Crane pressured her anyway and never called her to identify him in court. Further revelations exposed alleged prosecutorial misconduct. Zellner's team uncovered that prosecutors withheld evidence, including an interview with Trump's wife denying she sent any newspapers, a clear Brady violation. Timelines also didn't add up. Witnesses like bouncer Mike Shook and bar patron Kim Bennett confirmed the bar closed at 1:30 a.m., and Ferguson and Erickson left around then, making Erickson's claim of returning post-murder impossible. Michael Boyd's conflicting stories about his timeline with Heitholt were scrutinized, raising unresolved questions about his timeline relative to the attack. The climax came in November 2013, when the Missouri Court of Appeals vacated Ferguson's conviction, citing a pattern of non-disclosures and withheld evidence. He was released after nearly 10 years behind bars. The state attorney general declined to retry him, noting overwhelming evidence of innocence presented in the habeas petition. Shockingly, the murder remains unsolved, with police mentioning in 2013 they might reopen the case, but no updates since. In the aftermath, Ferguson filed a civil suit in 2014 against Boone County, the City of Columbia, and individuals including police officers and Crane, alleging evidence suppression, fabrication, and malicious prosecution. Most defendants were dismissed, but in 2017 he settled with the city for $11 million, $1 million per year in prison plus legal fees. The settlement was likened to an Alford plea, with no admission of liability. In separate litigation related to insurance coverage, juries later awarded Ferguson tens of millions of dollars against Travelers Insurance for bad faith refusal to pay. In June 2025, a judge added interest, ordering Travelers to pay $41.6 million for bad faith and $2.14 million for vexatious refusal, with Ferguson's lawyers receiving $305,250. As for Erickson, he served more than 18 years and was granted parole in 2023, though his conviction remains on record. Despite everything, Ferguson has expressed sympathy, vowing to help free him and calling him manipulated. The Ferguson family has publicly called for new tips that could finally solve the case. Media coverage has been extensive, with features on 48 Hours, Dateline, a book by Brian D'Ambrosio, and the documentary Dream/Killer about Ferguson's father's fight for his release. Ferguson turned his ordeal into purpose, becoming a certified personal trainer in prison and later hosting MTV's Unlocking the Truth series on wrongful convictions. In 2022 he competed on The Amazing Race, finishing third. This case raises profound questions about coerced confessions, prosecutorial overreach, and the reliability of eyewitness testimony. While Ferguson has been exonerated, Kent Heitholt's killer walks free, leaving this a true cold case, with a confirmed wrongful conviction and no confirmed killer. What do you think? Could new leads ever crack it open? Drop your theories in the comments below, like this video if it gripped you, and share it with fellow true crime enthusiasts. If you enjoyed this breakdown, dive deeper into more American true crime mysteries in my playlist linked in the description, featuring cases from coast to coast that will keep you up at night. Thanks for watching the True Crime Report Cold Cases. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.